Okay, so I think we can start our meeting. And so Chen Chen say she can come today, so we can uh, we can just start it. And I think everyone can briefly introduce what the information they search for before this meeting. And so first, I think we can first teach the Sakamoto to introduce what he found about understanding the ECG. So, can you start your speech, Sakamoto? You can share your PPT and you can tell us briefly about what had you find or prepared.
ゆいちゃん、
はい。
どうやってさ、共有するかわかる？
右上に共有のマイクの隣かな。押して、
出てきた
かな。出てきた。
オッケーオッケー。オッケー。Okay. ECG is a recording of the electrical activity of the heart. The heart undergoes repolarization and depolarization. Cardiac excitation begins in the sinus node and is transmitted throughout the heart by the stimulatory conduction system. The stimulatory conduction system is sinus node, atrial and ventricular conduction fibers, anterior ventricular node, his bundle, right and left legs, and Purkinje fiber. The stimulation is transmitted in the order of the P wave represent the process of excitation of the atria. The QRS group represent the process of excitation of the ventricular setup and left and right ventricular muscles, and the T wave represent electrical recovery in the ventricular. When a 12-lead ECG is usually used, since the electrical activity of the heart is not planar but three-dimensional bipolar limb guidance, polar limb guidance, and thoracic guidance, and combined for measurement. It is mainly used for arrhythmia and ischemic disease, heart disease, since an abnormal ECG does not necessarily mean that there is a cardiac abnormality. A precise examination is necessary to confirm the diagnosis of the disease and to determine treatment. Because arrhythmic and variable in timing and erratic of onset, changes cannot be seen on a short-time ECG, leading to delayed or missed diagnosis. Doctor may also miss miniature sign from a long-time ECG. However, AI can detect sign and notice hidden article validation throughout deep learning. It's all. Okay.
Yes, and so in the real presentation, how long do you think it will take you to talk about your part? Because I think we need to estimate how long that everyone will need to make sure that we can speak in 20 minutes. So how long do you think it will need in the real presentation for your part? You understand what I'm talking about? Because in the presentation, in the real presentation, the September 18th, we'll have the minute, and we'll have the presentation, and it will take, and we have to have the speech in 20 minutes. So I think we have to know how long we will need in the real presentation for your part.
I think it's about 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Teacher said that Mr. Watanabe said if we cannot presentation total 20 minutes, it's too long. You can the 15 minutes is okay. So
okay.
15 or 20 minutes, he said.
Okay, I know. And do anyone have any question about what Sakamoto just said for her part, for her presentation that she just said? Sorry. So next, I think we have to start from the benefit and the advancement. And Tanaka, do you want to go first, or you want me to go first? Tanaka. Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't open your microphone. Tanaka, you didn't open your microphone. You didn't turn on your microphone.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I think you can start from the beginning.
I search benefits and advancements of AI in ECG. First, the role of AI in ECG. In atrial fibrillation, AI can identify the presence of potential atrial fibrillation with more than 80% accuracy from the ECG waveform that can only be seen as normal for the time to doctors. I got research paper from Mr. Watanabe, and it is said AI can also extract features from ECG signals that are not visible to the human eye, such as heart rate variability, and AI can enhance the quality and accuracy of ECG recordings by removing noise, artifacts, and interference. Also, AI models that use signal read data yield a performance that is only slightly worse than the ones that use the full 12 read data. Second, cost effectiveness. AI automated atrial fibrillation diagnosis seems to have improved cost effectiveness by using various rhythm styles, 12-lead ECGs, Holter ECGs, and photoplethysmography. AI is effective for reducing cardiovascular disease burden. And however, the fact that the populations used are different and have been formed in distinct health systems makes extrapolations difficult in the research paper. Final, specific algorithm for electrocardiography. Deep learning technology detects fine signs of atrial fibrillation from normal electrocardiogram waveform, aiming for early detection and early treatment. And in research paper, AI-based ECG analysis can improve diagnosis and patient management. And AI ECG analysis seem to be cost-effective and are available to reduce the rate of misdiagnosed computerized ECG interpretation and improve clinical efficiency. Patient characterization, risk stratification, treatment selection, and optimization. And the possibility of AI. It will accelerate the acquisition of biodata such as electrocardiograms, mainly wearable terminals. However, there will be more scenes of information summaries and decision-making without attention of experts. The AI literacy of the user is necessary, which is not necessary all the analysis information at hand. AI model that predicts the onset of atrial fibrillation within 1 year. Thank you.
Okay, so it's my turn. So my topic is also about the benefits and the advancements of AI in ECG. And according to the paper that I found previously, it had arranged it into 6 points. And the first point is the interpretation. And AI are able to interpretation and do a detection of arrhythmias, and it can detect the CT segment changes, QT prolongation, or other ECG abnormalities. And I found one example is the bigger one, and this figure have showed that through a specific algorithms, it can through the CNN and the RNN, and it can extract the feature and detect whether it is normal or not, and counted it what kind of disease it has. And also I found a table that it has shows that nowadays a lot of organizations have already used the data to use the data and apply it into the AI and to do the ECG detection. And the second point is the risk prediction. And through this table, you can see that by the AI and ECG algorithms, it can it can make the predictions that whether the patient or the person the risk score of the patient that maybe that predicts he or she maybe have the arrhythmias or not. And on the other hand, before we only can use a lot of measurements and counted the score. So ECG can simply use the AI and do the prediction. And the third is the monitoring ECG signals. And you can use it from the implantable devices and wearable devices in real time, or alert clinician and patients when significant changes occur according to timing, duration, and situation. And the figure shows how it works. So there are some very famous examples like the Apple Watch through the one lead ECG, and it can help the user to alert the patient whether he has the disease or not. And the fourth is the signal processing. You can improve the ECG quality and accuracy by removing the noise, artifacts, or interference by extracting some features that sometimes is not even visible to the human eye. And here I find two examples. One is the sensitive map, and the other is the SDAE. So as you can see, the sensitive map is it can help the doctor to remove some useless information like the black one, and the useful information is the orange one. So you can help the doctor to recognize which information is more important. And the other is SDAE. You can use the perform denoising block, and you can remove some useless information or some interference. And 5 and 6 point is the advance and benefit of the AI and ECG is that it can help the therapy guidance and assisting the patient selection, optimizing treatments and improving symptoms to treatment times and cost effective. And I think this part the Tanaka have already said it. So, and here is the reference. And it's all what I have prepared. And I have discussed with the Tanaka that we will take like about 6 to 8 minutes for our part. And the next one is Lin Zi'an, and he will talk about the improving ECG diagnosis with AI.
Okay, and now I am going to share the examples of successful AI applications in identifying arrhythmia. And I had found 2 examples in Taiwan. The first is the cell phone app called ReasonCam in Taiwan. It is the app that developed by the cardiology team of National Taiwan University Hospital. And this app is easier for people to use, that people only just download the app and then open the app to enter some simple basic information and then stick their fingers on the cell phone lens to screen. And during the process, they will feel the flashlight on and a little bit of burning sensation of the fingers. And after 1 minute, they will get the electrocardiogram diagnosis. And the second examples I found is the patent called AI-based screening equipment of arrhythmia and structural heart disease using artery vibration energy. And this is a low-cost screening method that can be used in community hospitals to quickly screen patients with possible heart problems for follow-up examinations. And this is kind of finger cuff pulse sound sensor. That is something that's set on your finger and try to collect your pulse sound signals from your wrist radial artery, and then they will detect various arrhythmias and normal sinus rhythm in a non-invasive manner in Achieve. And yes, this is something that I prepared. So if anyone didn't clearly know what I'm saying, and I have sent a Word, I have sent the text file in the line group. You can check on it in the line. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and how long will you need for the in the presentation?
3 to 4 minutes.
Okay. So you are going to talk about both of the examples in the presentation, or you will choose only one of it?
Oh, I will talk both.
Okay. And next is Kurumi, and you can talk about the improving ECG diagnosis with AI.
Okay, wait
your-
a minute. Okay, I was in charge of Section 3 and looked up successful examples of AI applications in Japan. What I focused on was the detection of arrhythmia using AI and ECG. My cardio intelligence. First of all, I will explain the background that led to this research. In the past, AI using neural networks and other deep learning technologies had the problem of being black box, in which it was not possible to show the basis for why the AI showed the results. Therefore, this research team developed a technology that shows the basis of AI detection to the medical staff using AI that performs electrocardiogram analysis using a neural network. Method. In this research, they developed an AI electrocardiogram analysis program for the waveform of long-term electrocardiogram examination. There were 57,273 electrocardiogram waveforms used for development, and the diagnostic date obtained by cardiologist was used as learning date. Achievement performance evaluation of the AI program showed that the detection accuracy of atrial fibrillation, a typical arrhythmia, was 97.1% sensitivity for 94.5% specificity and 95.3% accuracy. This detection accuracy was comparable to that of a cardiologist. When they evaluated the accuracy of the detection base sites presented by AI, 94.5% of the detection sites were found to be valid sites as seen by cardiologists. It is source of this research. Next. It is not a study in Japan, but I will explain the identification of atrial fibrillation using a smartwatch. Objectives of
Can you say again? You say this is not the Japan research and what?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Can you see presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Objectives of this research is to estimate the proportion of notified participants with atrial fibrillation shown on an ECG patch and the positive predictive value of irregular pulse intervals with a targeted confidence interval width of 0.10. Method 1. A smartwatch-based irregular pulse notification algorithm identifies possible atrial fibrillation. 2. Telemedicine is initiated under electrocardiography. ECG patch is mailed to the participant to be worn for up to 7 days. Participants 419,297 people without atrial fibrillation as reported by the participants themselves. Surveys were administered 90 days after notification of the irregular pulse and at the end of the study. Results: over a median of 117 days of monitoring, 2,161 participants, 0.52% received notifications of irregular pulse. Among that, 450 participants returned ECG patches containing data that could be analyzed, which had been applied on average 13 days after notification atrial fibrillation. This graph shows the yield of atrial fibrillation in ECG monitoring. Of the 450 participants, atrial fibrillation was 34% of the total, and 35% of participants aged 65 and older. Among participants who were notified of an irregular pulse, the positive predictive value was 0.84 for observing atrial fibrillation on the ECG simultaneously with a subsequent irregular pulse notification, and 0.71 for observing atrial fibrillation on the ECG simultaneously with a subsequent irregular tachogram. It is the source of this research. That's all. Thank you for listening.
So the smartwatch is Apple Watch, right? Or or you just, because I found first the internet and because I don't know it is what kind of smartwatch it is, or it just okay. I think it's okay. So how long will you need for your part?
It takes 9 minutes to explain 2 things, but it takes 4 minutes to explain only 1 thing. Do you think
I think you can choose the second part, the smartwatch, because I think it is more not no.
Okay, I choose.
So this part will take.
I can choose smartwatch. Okay.
Okay. So for the smartwatch, it will take like 4 minutes. Or
it takes 4 minutes to explain about smartwatch.
Okay. Oh, and I just think of one thing is the part of the Saga model. I think you can say something more specifically, like the 12-lead ECG or Holter, because there are many kinds of ECG, and I think you can explain something that is like this one is 12-lead ECG, and I think every hospital will use the ECG like this. And I think you can explain a little bit about how exactly it works. Because like the parts of mine or the maybe Linzan part will have the words like 12-lead ECG or the Holter ECG, and I think that these two things the audience may not know what it is. So I think you can explain a little bit about these two words or these two technologies. Okay, so maybe I can tell later in line. And so and the last two part is the part for Tianjia and Shenzhen, and because Tianjia and Shenzhen have the part-time job, so they can come here, and they have told me that Tianjia will take about 4 minutes for her speech, and Shenzhen will take 3 to 5 minutes. So here we'll have let me see 3. Because according to the time that everyone said, it will be over 20 minutes. So I think all of us need to decrease or minus some of our speech. So
Okay.
maybe Lin Zian.
Yes.
Lin Zian, can you only say one of your examples? Because I think that the time will be, because if you maybe you can only take you can only talk in like, can you talk in 3 minutes?
Oh, okay. And maybe I can speak quickly to talk 2 examples in 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And
okay, so you can still okay, so you can still say that both the examples, but I think you need to presentate in 3 minutes.
Yes,
and
okay.
let me see.
I can explain for 3 minutes.
Okay.
maybe.
So Sakamoto, I think you should talk in 3 minutes. Is it okay for you?
Okay.
So it's okay. You have to talk in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. And Tanaka, I think in our part we can only talk in 4 minutes. So maybe we can talk. I talk 2 minutes and you finish in 2 minutes. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay. So so now we have to choose who will speak for the first part, the brief overview, and the last part, the conclusion. And I think Tanaka
Yes.
or anyone who want to speak for the brief overview. Or
I can
Okay.
speak the
So
brief overview.
Okay.
Maybe in 1 minute or
Yes. You just have to do the brief overview in 1 minute.
yes.
Okay. And the conclusion is or do anyone want to do the conclusion? Okay, so I think I can do it. So give me a minute. Okay, so if likely the estimated time will be 19 minutes. So everyone have to make their speech be lesser than the time that we just discussed. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Do everyone understand what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah, yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So. So now we have to discuss what should we do before the next meeting, and because I see a lot of people have already finished their slides, so I think before next meeting everyone can finish it. And I have okay. So I have sent a link to the line, and the link is for our slides.
Okay.
And the PPT that we can use it in how can I say? We can share all these PPT together. So if you do anything on it, everyone can see it. So can everyone see? Click the link and is able to open the PPT.
Yes.
Sakamoto, can you open the PPT? Oh, okay, okay. And Tanaka,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
So we can all do the PPT on. We can all do the slides on this PPT, and so before the next meeting, we should finish the slides. And when you are making your slides, you can see what did others do and make sure that your content doesn't overlap with others. Because like my part in the or like the Kurumi part, she will talk about the background, and sometimes the background have already be tokened in by maybe Sakamoto or me. So if like Kurumi if Kurumi is in this situation, he can decrease some of his content.
Okay.
Can you understand?
Okay.
Okay. Linzan, can you understand?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. And so everyone have to make sure that your content doesn't overlap with others. And the second part is that everyone have to prepare our speech, because we have to make sure that our time won't be over 20 minutes. So yes, so prepare your speech. And now I think we can discuss that whether, because next meeting is in the August 28th, so everyone have only 7 days to prepare it. So can everyone finish it before next meeting, or you think or do you think that next time we don't really need to prepare all of this, and we can just prepare a little bit and we can discuss that, like maybe what kind of problem we have met, and have the rehearsal in the meeting after and have the rehearsal in the maybe September, or you think, or everyone are able to finish all the prepare of your speech and finish the slides, and we can directly have the rehearsal in the August 28th. What do you think? Okay, maybe I can ask like this. Can everyone finish all the okay, so this is your first choice. First choice is to you don't have to rush, and you don't have to finish all of your speech before next meeting, and maybe we can have the rehearsal in the September. Or the second choice is everyone can finish all of their slides and the preparation, and we can directly have the rehearsal in the August 28th. So who wants the first choice? Maybe you can raise your hand or okay, so are there anyone want the first choice? Okay, so who want the second choice? Second choice is to finish all the preparation. So Tanaka,
Yes.
do you want the first choice or the second choice?
Okay.
Oh, you say the first one or the second one?
I can make slide.
So can you say again? Okay, so everyone put your hands down. Okay, so now who won the first choice? Raise your hand. First choice is you don't need to prepare all of these things before the August 28th. So please raise your hand for the first choice. Okay, so how about the second choice? Second choice is everyone are able to finish all of their slides and preparation. Please raise your hands for the second choice. Okay, so I think in the August 28th, we can directly have the first rehearsal. And between the time before the August 28th, if you have any problem or something you want to discuss, you can be free to ask me. Okay, so and now the next part is the date of the next meeting. So now so next time it will be the date of the next meeting will be at August 28th, and the time will be same as today. It starts from the 9. It start from the 9 for Japan time and the 10 for the Taiwan time. It is okay for 4 of you to join the meeting.
Can we start from 19 o'clock in Taiwan time?
Yes. We'll still, like today, we'll start from the 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And so I think we still need to choose another time for one more rehearsal in maybe September. So anything. Because I think for the next meeting, we don't need to have all of the members. What I want is that everyone has the chance to speak one more time and they can practice again. So maybe I think I can vote again in the line and we'll choose the other stage of the meeting. So, or maybe, I know, maybe everyone can first type what time they are not available on the line. Like, it's okay. So I think I'll vote again online, but but I think the starting time will be all in. It's okay. I will think again how to ask everyone for the next day for the meeting. So I think that's all for the meeting today. And do anyone have any question or problem?
No, I don't.
Okay. So I think that's all. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.